Alright, let me do a disclaimer right now. If you're not a fan of spoiler alerts and you're not a fan of things being spoiled for you, please do not watch this video. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for such a long time, and it's nearly the end of it, so might as well talk about it now than never talk about it. So today's video is going to be fully on Escape the Night, which is Joey Graceffa's YouTube Red show, and it's literally like the next episode you guys will, well, probably by the time this video goes up, the penultimate episode would have already been uploaded, which I'm sure will reveal a lot of stuff, but I'm filming this like a week prior to that day, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. But basically, I really just wanted to talk to you guys about my thoughts and my feelings and who I think is the killer and what I think is going on in this house and just all of the things that I have in my head about this show. I really want your opinion on everything if you have watched the show and if you do have YouTube Red. So if you do not have YouTube Red and if you have not seen the show whatsoever, and if you don't want spoilers mainly, I suggest you don't watch this video and instead just wait tomorrow for my next video. And if you're up to date with it and if you have YouTube Red or you just want to know everything about the show, then please continue watching. Because who is the killer? I think that's where I'm going to start. At first, like when the show started, when people started dying, I kind of felt like Sierra was the killer. I felt like she was, but now she's dead. But I felt that Sierra was the killer mainly because she was the most serene and the most calm out of everybody. But you know when people are like really calm in horror films, but they're too calm in a sense that they're not really panicking over anything. They're just going with the flow with everything, and they're not really. It's as if they're not in their mindset and they're like in another world. That's how she kind of was. She was a little bit. She was suspiciously still. She was suspiciously. I can't say that word. She was suspiciously very calm throughout the entire series up until she died. Then I thought to myself, well, how can she be the killer? Like, she can't be the killer if she's already dead. And then came my other thought, which actually came from somebody on Twitter, which tweeted me about the show. And they told me, well, Justine might probably be the killer. And that's where I kind of started making my assumption that possibly Justine could be the killer. Why? Because she's the only one who they've claimed is dead and they buried her alive. Out of everybody, she's the only one who didn't technically die instantly, because if you've seen the show, everybody dies instantly. Like, they instantly die. Like, it's either poisoned or they get killed or something happens to them, but they instantly die. Justine was the only one that didn't instantly die, and she was buried alive. So my theory could be that she possibly escapes through somewhere in the grounds out of the coffin she was put in, and now she is sort of taking vengeance over everybody and killing everybody. But then again, the killing started before she was killed, so I don't know how that would really intertwine with, you know, Shane being dead, and I don't know who else died before her, and then, you know, her killing everybody. I don't know. Possibly, maybe it was somebody else killing Shane and all that stuff, and then Justine jumped along and joined them as well and killed everybody. Or my other theory could be is that the past owners are the killers as well. I don't know. That's where my thought is on the killers. Artifacts. I think that the artifacts were pointless. I personally think that the artifacts were pointless and they were just a joke made up by the killer so that they could just go do something while they're killing everybody else. I feel like that was just a joke and that wasn't really serious, the artifacts, because if the artifacts actually did mean something, then what they were performing in one of the episodes, I think they were going to perform like a seance or something like that with all the 4 artifacts, and it didn't work effectively. I think that was just a joke made by the killer, like, haha, like, you're not going to get out of this easy. I think that was a joke. I think the artifacts were a joke and they're pointless. They're basically pointless, and what actually counts is the past owners of the house, because they're the ones that, you know, lived there and they either killed somebody or they were killed, and they have the answers to the house because they lived there before, whereas the artifacts don't really have as much value because they're just there. They're just there, but they don't really have a meaning to them, because if they had a meaning to them, then the seance would have worked and they would have escaped the house and it would have been back in 2016 a lot more quicker than now. I think that everybody that is claimed to be dead right now, I don't think they're necessarily dead. because I feel like imagine if it was like a real show and they were actually being killed. Like that would be so, that would be the worst thing ever if YouTube Red actually went along with let's kill everybody for real so we could kill off the people on YouTube. I mean, the first person who would go on that list would be Anissian, but literally, like, imagine if that was like actually real. But I think that in the show, the people who have died, I don't think they're actually dead. What could possibly be happening is that they're either kidnapped by somebody more malicious or Justine, or they could have gone back to 2016 on their own. I don't know. I don't think they could have gone back to 2016 on their own, because the whole point of them being there is that they're in the 1920s and they can't go back to their present time. So I feel like the other thing that could be happening is that they're just kidnapped, or they were secluded somewhere else while the remaining people have to find a way to get everybody else out of the house, out of that century, and into the 21st century. I feel like that could be the case. I am not sure. I think the ending of the show is going to be a big one. I really do wish that the episodes were a whole lot more longer, because I feel like 23 minutes doesn't really answer as much. I wish that they were like 40 minutes long, because I feel like that would give us like a lot more. That would be a lot bigger of a story, but it's fine. It's fine. I feel like the ending is going to be pretty big. I feel like obviously that's where we're going to know who the killer is, but also like other like really surprising things that could happen can happen there, like all the dead people could come back, or everybody could just die off. I feel like one of those two things could happen in the end. They could either go back to the 21st century, or they could all be like killed off and Joey would be left alone, and then he would be killed too, because I feel like that would be a truly suspenseful ending, and that would give a reason to go back to season 2 if they were all killed off and new people came in, and then those people that were dead attacked the new people. I feel like that would be a really good storyline for the next season, but I'm not sure. I don't know how it's going to end. We're just gonna have to wait and see until August 17 when the finale comes out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about Escape the Night. If you have watched it, keep on watching it, keep on supporting Joey, and keep on supporting YouTube Brad. And as well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on who the killer is and everything that I talked about. Leave your opinions down below in the description box in the comment section. And as well, subscribe if you're new. I always love seeing new viewers, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much.